Honoring our 28 years together, my husband came up to me the other day and he looked into my eyes and he held my hands and he said, "My little squirrel, you really deserve a much larger rock tumbler." My obsession with rock tumbling began about 6 months ago when I actually learned you could use a rock tumbler to make faux seaglass. Before we go out to the garden, let me take you to my studio and I want to show you that new rock tumbler that my husband bought me for our anniversary gift. Here is my 3-pounder machine, the rock tumbler from Harbor Freight. I will include a link above if you'd like to see how I used it in the beginning. This is about 4 months ago. It's fairly easy to use. And I would consider this like the Hello Kitty or Little Kitty version in the rock tumbler world. Here's my 20-pound capacity. This is my new machine from MJR Tumblers in Chicago. And this is the new one my husband purchased for me for our 28th wedding anniversary. This is more like the Lion King of the rock tumbler world. A few months back, I made a video on how to make your own seaglass using a rock tumbler. In today's video, I'm going to give you an update on exactly what we used all that faux seaglass for in our landscape design and garden decor. So come on into my garden and I want to share with you my top landscaping ideas for seaglass. So my anniversary rock tumbler puts out about 20 pounds of faux seaglass every 3 days if run continuously. My friends, you can do the math. That's a lot of faux seaglass. It's great for my landscaping. It's great for making seaglass pathways, seaglass pavers, seaglass cement pots. Woohoo! Who knew it could be so easy? I mean, who needs silver for your anniversary when you can get a rock tumbler, right? My first pathway using seaglass that I want to share with you goes to our secret garden. I guess it's not so secret anymore since I'm sharing it with you. As time goes on, I produce more seaglass out of the tumbler. I'll be filling up the pathway even more. But so pretty. I love the nuances, the shapes, the softness. This area right here brings me great happiness. I love little areas of respite where I can just enjoy the peacefulness of the garden. And right here, there's a lot of seaglass, cobalt, we have the turquoise quartz, a lot of brown, a lot of green, we have seashells. The bridge is something I bought on Amazon, and I actually bought it unpainted, and I mixed up a little black and green, mixed it together and came up with a black-green paint, and then sealed it. I really like this a lot. So pretty. The bridge to nowhere, or the bridge to everywhere, I'm not sure. These are stepping stones, and I will have a link above where you can actually learn how to make those if you want to. Nothing more than getting a cake pan, and you put the seaglass on top of the aggregate and let it dry and pop it out. This was done a little bit differently. We put the seaglass in first upside down and then put the concrete aggregate on top, let it dry, and then pop it out. It looks more like kind of like a ruin almost, a Roman ruin. This area deserves a lot more pavers, a lot more stepping stones, and I'll get there. It's just gonna take a little time. Every time I get a load of seaglass coming out of the tumbler, I put them into the pathways. And here you see more. And this whole area will be covered at some point. But little by little, you can also see that tree there gets seaglass and seashells. Again, as time goes on, I'll be taking more seaglass and putting it in the beds. As you can see, I have a lot of clear glass over here. But it's just not a complete job yet, but it's an update. You know, it looks nice, it's neat, it's different. Around this peanut butter tree, I actually put seashells and cobalt blue glass as well. There's some clear glass in there too. I think it's so pretty. And yes, those fruits from the peanut butter tree actually taste like peanut butter, just in case you're wondering. Here we are at the southwest corner of the garden. Hey girls, how are you? These are my guardian angels, the guardian of the pathway, the passion fruit pathway. In bloom, so gorgeous. The flowers smell amazing. Hi Viviana, how are you? Frida. Frida is sporting some beautiful orchids. Nice. Onto our pathway, onto seaglass. We have turquoise quartz, lots of different colored seaglass. We have clear and the olive, green, brown. I have a lot of seashells. Again, as we are tumbling more every week, the pathway will get filled up more. But it's in place and it's beautiful. I love it. One of my all-time favorite things to do is to make these beautiful planters using faux sea glass or real sea glass, but faux sea glass is what we're doing today. It's very easy, and I will link this particular video up above. We made it with a bowling ball. Now you can use any type of bowl if you want to make this planter. You don't necessarily need a bowling ball, but that was fun anyway. A lot of fun to do. But another way that you can use upcycled sea glass in a tumbler. All right. Here I share with you a work in progress, an 8-foot totem, upcycled from an ex-tent pole. We have the sea glass, the chips, seashells, flat bottom marbles, a lot of texture, pistachio shells, tile chips, glass chips, and obviously the bottom is not done yet. This is leaning against my cashew tree, and it will be completed in the next week or so. We will have a video on this coming up very, very shortly, so stay tuned. The tent, which I purchased at Home Depot, was a 10 by 10, and one day I got a call saying, hey Marcie, your tent is over on our lawn. But when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade, right? And as an artist, get creative, and I can so picture a whole series of these in my garden. I'm so excited. The last work in progress I want to share with you is a bottle wall, a glass bottle wall going around my lovely avocado tree, which is now blooming. So sweet. The bottle wall is going to have embedded sea glass on the top as the final layer, as well as many of the punts on the side, which is the inputted, it's the area of the glass that's indented on the side here. That is going to have embedded sea glass, as well as marbles, maybe dice, little tchotchkes, whatever, that will have it grouted in there as well. I have a little bit of work to do here, but I will give you an update. And hey, life would not be complete without asking the question, Marcie, did you really drink all that wine? Heck yeah, of course I did. No, I'm kidding, I really didn't. I was donated many of these bottles and more for so many of the projects that we go through. Let's go into the studio and wrap this up. I do hope this video inspires you to do your own faux sea glass in a rock tumbler and make some great garden decor. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a beautiful day.